Call this regular meeting council to order on March 25th, 2020. I'd like to recognize on Treaty 5 land ancestral home of Nature's Waste Cree Nation, homeland to the nation. They're all Treaty people. Next, I'd like an approval of the agenda. Councilor Fitzpatrick. Councilor Oberdorfer, all in favor? Carried. Next, community comments and feedback. Please come forward, state your name. Any comments? Second time, community comments and feedback. Third and final time, community comments and feedback. Thank you. Seeing none, we'll go next to the adoption of minutes. 5.1 is a regular meeting of council, March 11th, 2024. Resolution 2024-037, moved by Councilor Fitzpatrick, seconded by Councilor Chung. Be it resolved that the minutes of the regular meeting of council held in Council Chamber, City Hall, Thompson, Manitoba, on Monday, March 11th, 2024, be adopted as circulated. Administration?
Nothing further.
Council, any questions? Comments?
Mayor.
Call for the question. All those in favor? Carried. Next, we'll go to 5.2, adoption minutes for committee of the whole, March 18th, 2024. Resolution 2024-038, moved by Councilor Fitzpatrick, seconded by Councilor Chung. Be it resolved that the minutes of the committee of the whole meeting of council held in Council Chamber, City Hall, Thompson, Manitoba, on Monday, March 18th, 2024, be adopted as circulated. Administration?
Nothing further.
Councilor Fitzpatrick.
Nothing further there.
Other council? Seeing no questions, call for the question. All those in favor? Carried. I would like to notice that to mention, I'm sorry I didn't do it at the beginning, we have regrets for Councilor Colburn and Councilor McIver this evening. Next, we'll go into resolutions. 6.1 is a resolution to endorse Deputy Mayor Valentino to stand for election on FCM's National Board of Directors. Resolution 2024-039, moved by Councilor Fitzpatrick, seconded by Councilor Chung. Whereas the Federation of Canadian Municipalities represents the interests of member municipalities on policy and program matters that fall within federal jurisdiction. And whereas the FCM Board of Directors is comprised of elected municipal officials from all regions and sizes of communities to form a broad base of support and provide FCM with the unified voice required to carry the municipal messages to the federal government. And whereas FCM's annual general meeting will be held in conjunction with the annual convention, conference, and trade show, June 6 to 9, 2024, followed by the election of FCM Board of Directors. Now therefore be it resolved that Council of the City of Thompson endorse Deputy Mayor Valentino to stand for election on FCM's Board of Directors for the period starting June 2024 and ending June 2026. And be it further resolved that Council assume all costs associated with Deputy Mayor Valentino's attending FCM's Board of Directors meetings. Administration?
Yes, so I believe there's a history of members of council sitting on the FCM board. FCM board represents the city at a federal level and is the voice of all cities across Canada to the federal government. I believe I've been told that Mayor Kamaski in the past sat on this board, as well as Councillor Hogan. So that information is provided here. And my understanding further tonight is that AMM has asked Deputy Mayor Valentino to put her name forth as a representative, not only for the city of Thompson, but also as a role through AMM. And will be contributing towards some of the costs of this position should Deputy Mayor Valentino be successful. And I will leave it to maybe perhaps Deputy Mayor Valentino to explain.
Sure.
Yeah, Deputy Mayor?
Thanks, Mayor Smith. Yeah, so AMM has actually changed some of their policies and they amended one, so they will actually absorb the travel and accommodation costs associated. This is a blanket FCM template that we have to pass in order for me to be able to, in good standing, run at the FCM convention, but I just wanted to make note that definitely AMM covers the cost. They meet 4 times a year, 2 times are virtual, and one is in person and one is in person in conjunction with their advocacy days. And how it works is that it's the Prairie's turn to have somebody be on the executive part. So I would be trying to run, but I'd be from Manitoba. There is 2 people from Alberta also running, but we can't miss out on an opportunity to have maybe a voice for Manitoba as the Prairie vice president, especially with, I think, a federal election coming forward. There'll be lots of opportunities for us to speak up good for the Prairie provinces. So yeah, I look forward to support and see if I can be successful. We'll see the FCM Calgary in June.
Thank you. Councillor Fitzpatrick, as a mover, do you have any comments?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Yeah, I think this would be an excellent role for Deputy Mayor, as she's already the Vice President of the AMM. So she has meetings already with all the municipalities in the province, so she's very aware of the issues surrounding the province, and she also meets with the Saskatchewan board as well. So I think she'd be very good rep for the Prairies and for Thompson all.
Thank you. Any other comments from councillors? Seeing none, I would just like to comment that we have definitely been very successful over the last 5 years of sitting on the different boards on the provincial level. And this is definitely our next step into the federal offices that would give us a chance to show what Northern Manitoba is all about. So I definitely will be supporting Deputy Mayor in this endeavor. Seeing no more questions, call for the question. All those in favor? Carried. Thank you. Congratulations, Kathy. Hopefully, we will be following your next steps. 6.2 is a resolution to authorize the early budget approval of $60,000 to update the development plan and zoning bylaw documents. Resolution 2024040, moved by Councillor Wong, second by Councillor Chong, whereas in the June 2023, the city of Thompson was successful in the application of $60,000 to be used towards the updating of the zoning bylaw and development plan for Thompson. And whereas council passed resolution number 2023-09, authorizing administration to enter into contribution agreement with the province for this project. And whereas the total of the cost of the project is $120,000, $60,000 from the grant and $60,000 from the city of Thompson. Now therefore be it resolved that council authorize the early budget approval of $60,000 taken from the general reserve account to cover the city's portion of this project. Administration, Lyle?
Yeah, good evening, everybody. So yeah, we were successful last year, receiving grant money under the Building Sustainable Communities grant for the $60,000, which covers half of the grant. We have to come up with the second $60,000. Given the time it takes to do this update, there is a prescribed process under legislation that requires multiple readings, approval by the province, open house events. It does take time. Speaking with a regional planner, he recently underwent one in another area of the province, and it can take anywhere between 10 to 12 months. Given that we need to have the grant completed by the end of March of next year, we're coming forward a request for the budget approval now for the $60,000, so we get this project underway.
Thank you. Councillor Wong, as mover, do you have any questions, comments?
Sure, thank you, Madam Mayor. Just a quick question. Once this zoning redo and do the council still have opportunity to look at it? Maybe there's some other changes we need to, or that is the final once they've done the changes. I mean, not changing, want to make the recommendation, what the zoning will look like. How to do that, like, do we still have opportunity to voice our opinion or not?
Absolutely, there's opportunities through the process for council and the community as a whole to come forward and provide comment and feedback.
That's great, okay. I would definitely support this, I think this is time to do this and I mean, the zoning is sometimes pretty complicated and make people very difficult to do things. Just a one 5 feet away is totally different, so it's about time to restructure all this, thank you.
Just if I can respond to council, absolutely, council, and that's the whole goal, is to simplify it and make it easier to standardize across. We're not looking at, 7 different residential zones and 6 different commercial zones.
Thank you, Councilor John.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Who is the person that carry out this zoning bylaw? Are we doing in-house or we hire the contractor?
Yeah, we'll post it to Merck's and we'll be hiring a consultant to conduct this work. So there are a number of consultants that we've already talked to a couple that are interested, so this will go out to the public for tendering purposes.
So if this person hired, so they understand about the city planning too, right?
Yeah, typically it's a company that has experience with planning. There are consultants we talked to that have experience with actually doing planning activities in Thompson previously, so yes, they have experience.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Comments? Okay, seeing none, I think this has been a long time coming, so it's very exciting. That will call for the question. All those in favor? Carried. Six point three is a resolution to designate 2022 as a tax sale year. Resolution 2024-041, moved by Councillor Fitzpatrick, second by Deputy Mayor Valentino. Whereas section 365(2) of the Municipal Act provides that council may in any year designate the immediately preceding year or any earlier year as the year for which properties the taxes in respect of which are earlier for the year must be offered for sale by auction to recover the tax arrears and costs. Be it resolved that the designated year for the properties in arrears to be offered for sale by auction be the 2022, meaning properties outstanding taxes of 2022 or prior. Administration? Yeah?
Thank you, Your Worship. This is required for us to proceed to the tax sale. We have already a tentative date for that to happen on November 13th of this year. So this gives us some time and the property holders time to pay the arrears so that we can redeem the property.
Thank you. Councilor Fitzpatrick, do you have any other comments from council? Councilor Wong.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I just want to clarify again, did you say November to give people have an opportunity to come up and pay down the 22 tax?
We will be forwarding the information of the properties that are in arrears to tax service who handles our auction. The auction will not be until November. So there will be opportunity for the property owners that are in arrears to redeem their properties well in advance of the auction.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions, councilors? Seeing none, call for the question. All those in favor? Carried. Six point four is a resolution to approve transferring outstanding utility to taxes. Resolution 2024-042, moved by Deputy Mayor Valentino, second by Councillor Chong. Whereas Municipal Act Section 252(2) states a change referred to in clause 1A may be collected by the municipality in the same manner as tax may be collected or enforced under the act. And whereas clause 1A deals with the powers respecting works, services, utilities, and states. 252.1, a municipality exercising powers in the nature of those referred to in clauses 252 and B or Z, C, and E may set terms and conditions in respect of users, including A, setting the rates of amount of deposits, fees, and other charges, and charging and collecting them. And whereas the city of Thompson has been unsuccessful in attempts to collect the water utility revenue, now therefore be resolved that council approve the transfer of outstanding utility invoice. Administration, Lynn?
Thank you. Again, this is to, transfer all utility arrears that are owing as of the end of March to the tax roll in June, and that is an opportunity for that amount to be on the tax bills when they go out in July. There are a fair number of our residents who choose not to pay their bills. When they come, they let them go to the annual tax account. That costs them substantial amount of extra money in penalties, both on the utility bill and then subsequently when it's added to the taxes. So I would encourage people to please look at their utility bills and pay them when they come in, because it's to their benefit.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Valentino, do you have a comment?
Sure, thank you, Mayor Smoke. Yeah, we discussed this last week at committee of the whole as a council, and this was all presented to us, and it's kind of a time sensitive, so we do give them the opportunity for administration to get this on the tax bills for September 30th deadline, so I'll be supporting this. It's something we see every year.
Any other council comments? Thank you. Seeing none, call for the question. All those in favor? Carried. Resolution 6.5 is a resolution to approve Councillor Lundmark's absence from council. Resolution 2024-043, moved by Deputy Mayor Valentino, seconded by Councillor Oberdorfer. Whereas on November 23rd, 2023, Council passed Resolution 2023-160, approving Councillor Lundmark's leave of absence to February 26, 2024. And whereas Councillor Lundmark requested an extension on his leave of absence to April 22nd, 2024. Now therefore be it resolved that Councillor approve Councillor Lundmark's extension for his leave of absence to April 22nd, 2024. Administration?
I have nothing further.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Valentino?
Thank you, Mayor Smoke. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna support and wish Councillor Lundmark well, and hope to see him back on April 22nd. The one thing though, I do think as a council, we need to have a discussion on leave of absences and timelines on how long we continue to pay indemnities for. I don't think we have that in our indemnity policies. And if that's something, it's a policy that we're looking to review or bylaw, that we need to address that in there also. But definitely I'll be spreading this, and I really do hope to see him back on April 22nd.
Thank you. Any other councillors, comments? Councillor Wong?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I will support this as well, because when you need to get more time off by doctor or whatever, you have to take that off. But the only thing is trouble me is like I think there should be no pay for the rest of the month for the season February, which is in March and April. So that will be my suggestion. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments from councillors? Okay, further to your comment, Councillor Wong, I do believe we have to change our policy in order to follow through on this. So definitely it will be something that we'll be looking at coming up. Thank you. Call for the question. All those in favor? Carried. Okay, just before we adjourn, I'd like to definitely thank Thompson Fire and Emergency Services and RCMP for the good job they did on the fires on Yale on Saturday night. And also to our city crews. I actually had two messages yesterday on my returning to the city about the great job that we did on the cleaning up of the ice and the roads around that. So again, with our stretched Thompson Fire and Emergency Services, great job. And to our city crews on the weekend, great job. So thank you very much. With that, I'll call for adjournment. Deputy Mayor Valentino, Councilor Fitzpatrick, all in favor?